well finished. Okay, I just smoothen this part to remove any irregularities. Okay, so now what I do is, first I'm going to mark this part. Okay, I take the middle parts like this. Okay, I mark it. The same thing I do here.
This is special with canine, or I can do it with other teeth?
Other teeth also. So, yeah. Okay. This is what you are going to do initially. So divide the block now. Okay. So once you divide this, you can make a mark. Here it's slightly out. So once you do this, you get a points or a nick at these edges. So on the each side, you join this and divide each surface into two equal halves or two equal parts. Okay, now I have divided the wax block into equal parts. Okay. So, what's next? The first next thing is your measurements. Okay. What is the length of the crown? 10 millimeter. Okay, it is in a millimeter or 1 centimeter. Okay, whereas the root length I am not taking. We are not going to do the root. If time is there, we will do it. Okay. So what you are going to do is, from the edge. Okay, you can mark it here now. Before that, you can mark as labial. Okay, opposite to that is palatal or lingual. Okay, if I am doing the right side, okay, this is your right side, so this will be your mesial and this will be your distal. So this will be your mesial and this will be your distal. Okay, so you mark this side as a mesial and this side as distal. Okay, so we have all the area. So now what I do is I mark 1 centimeter from the edge. Okay, this will be your length of the crown. Okay, so you can mark it on all the sides. What happened? Can't see? I think if I zoom out, it will be better. Right?
Yes.
So now this will be the length of your crown. Okay, if you see your maxillary labial, I'll be doing the labial. Okay, it's roughly trapezoidal. Okay, so if I draw a wax block here, what I have to do is this is the labial side I will be doing. So what I have to do is, okay, this is a labial surface. So this will be your mesial side and this will be on the distal side. Okay, what I have to do is, first I will measure the mesiodistal diameter of the crown. This is the mesiodistal diameter of the crown. Okay, that means the bulk of the crown, right? This is the bulk of the crown, and the mesiodistal diameter of the crown at the cervix is this one, at cervix. So this is the one. So what I do is, with these 2 points I unite. Okay, I'll take this here. I have to make a thing like this. Okay, like that. This should come still more wider. Okay, so this is what we are supposed to do. So if you see here, the mesiodistal diameter or the contact area or the bulk is, normally we take the mesiodistal diameter here. Okay, if this is the wider, yeah, yes, this is the most bulkiest part here and this is the most bulkiest part, so we tend to take like this. Okay, whereas whenever you are carving, you will be taking the bulk and you will be reducing according to that. But here, since the diagram is drawn, I can't make it. Okay, you can't see it. Okay, so now what I am doing is, I am doing this one. Okay, so what I take is mesiodistal diameter of the crown at the contact area of all the crown. Okay, usually the contact area here is in the middle third. Okay, in the distal side is towards middle third, and in the mesial side is at the junction of your incisal and the middle third. Okay, so what I do is, here I take the bulkiest part, the more wider part rather than the more wider part. Okay, at the incisal edge. So here this says the mesiodistal diameter, the contact area or the of crown is 7.5. Okay, so roughly I take it here. In spite of 7.5, I take 8 mm, that is 4 on the either side, right? Suppose if I put here the right side, here the maximum bulk, here you can see. Okay, sorry. Here. Okay, here is your 4 mm, right? I take little bit more, that is 4.5 mm. Okay, because if I keep a bulk of the tooth, I can reduce it. If I reduce more, I can't add up or patch up the reduced area, right? In spite of 4, I am taking 4.5 mm at the bulk. Yeah. So this is what the measurement I took. So I'll be okay here. Okay, so this is the mesiodistal diameter of the crown. Okay, so what I can do is, I'll extend it. One more thing is, you can extend this one to the lingual side like this. Okay, once you do the extension, this is the waist part, I say.
The excess one.
The excess one I will be marking in green color. Okay, got it? So this is the axis, right? So I've taken only the bulkiest part. So that is a mesial distance. Within this dimension, you have to get your carving done. Okay. So whatever the excess, the green part is there, I'm going to remove. How I remove is, one thing is I can make a slope like this. Okay. You can see the slope.
Yes.
Here also. This slope here, here, and here, and here. So once you make this slope, this is unwanted. See, you can see the outline of the tooth, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So now what you can do is you can remove this excess. Remove the bulk of all the excess here, which is here. Okay. See, whenever you do this one, right, you tend to get the concavity like this. So what you do is you carve 1, 2, 3 thrice like this and in the other direction. So once you do this, you get a smooth surface, right?
Yes.
And you can smoothen it with like this. Okay, right? You can see here I've removed this part. Have green colored cloth or something. Cover.
This?
Yeah, I just for showing. So here you can see this side. Here you can see. Can you make out?
Yeah.
So excess removed like this, right? Like that I'll be doing on the other side. Once you mark this part, you will come to know how much you are supposed to remove the excess. Okay. Okay. So now this side I have removed, that is your mesial side, okay, and on the distal side. So I have removed on both sides, okay, like this. So once I have removed, what I do is I have to mark this part, the mesio-distal diameter at the cervical line. It is only line, not lines. Okay, it's mesio-distal diameter at cervix or cervical line. Okay, it is 5.5 mm. So I'll be taking 3 mm. Okay, 3 mm. 3 mm on the either side. Instead of 5.5 mm, I'm taking 6 mm. Got it? At the cervix, this is the cervical line. Here, this is the cervical line. And the labial. Sorry. You should tell me properly. Okay. remind me. So what happens is I have to take 3 mm on the either side.
Get out.
Yeah, up. Get 3 mm here and same thing. Here. So it should be here 3 mm, right, and here 3 mm. Okay, so this much of narrowness should be there as you move towards the cervical line. Okay, so now what I do is I have to mark the crest of contours to get a proper outline. What I do is, suppose this is your block, okay, I have marked it here. Okay, so this is your mesial-distal diameter of crown and mesial-distal diameter at cervix. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to mark the crest of contour. Okay, we call it as crest of curvature or contour. It's the maximum bulk of your tooth on the mesial side. Okay, this is mesial and distal. So what I do is I divide this labial surface into 3 parts. Okay, 3 parts. What are these 3 parts? One is incisal 1/3, this is medial 1/3, and cervical 1/3. This is labial surface. So what happens on the distal side where the crest of contour or the maximum bulk is seen is sleeping. Where the crest of contour lies is on the distal side. In the, what is this? What is this? Middle third. So middle of the middle third you get. Okay.
The height of contour.
Height of contour or crest of contour. Okay. On the mesial side, where it comes is, what is this?
Between.
It's a junction because 2 halves are there. The line between the 2 thirds means what? The incisal 1/3 and the middle 1/3. The line what you see is called as a junction. Okay. So this is called as the junction. So on the mesial side, okay, the crest of contour is at the junction of between, okay, medial 1/3, sorry, middle 1/3 and incisal 1/3. Okay, here on the distal side, middle of middle third. Okay, now what I do is I will be drawing the outline. So on the mesial side, if you see, the outline is more convex. Okay, convex like this, and touches
That's right.
the junction. It should be convex slightly. Okay, and that, and if I see draw the midline here, okay, it should be slightly mesial. Okay, whereas on the distal side it should be slightly concave like this and approaches. See this concavity. Okay, and it should be convex after that, whereas here till the cusp tip, whereas here you get the concavity. Got it? This is what you are going to get here. This is the convexity, convexity, convex, concave, concave, here convex. Okay, so this is what you are supposed to get the outline. So if I see here, if I mark it here, I divide this into 3 thirds. on the mesial side it has to come till the junction, whereas on the distal side it should be in the middle of middle third. So I'll draw the outline. So from this point I will draw the convexity here, okay? So that green part should be removed. And here, what is here?
Concave.
Concavity, yeah. Like this. Here concave, this should be removed. Here, from here to here, concavity. Okay, this concavity slightly about here. From the contact to the tip is convex. So you got the outline? Yes?
Yes.
So only thing is now you have to remove this. Okay, make a slope like this and extend this till, see here, I'm extending this till the lingual or palatal, okay? Okay. Okay, if you see green cloth, you see this, see here, I've gone according to the
Green color.
green color. Okay, you can see here, you can make out here, I've removed from the buccal to the, sorry, labial to the palatal side, and the same thing will be coming here, opposite in the palatal. You can see this concavity, right? So I am extending the concavity from the buccal to the palatal. You can see here the concavity, right? That is the thing. So next thing is the mesial slope. Okay, I'm just leaving a line. I can remove it later. Here. So now I'm extending this till so always hold the carver in this position, this one, like this, okay? So now if you use this one, this edge, okay, you get a concavity like this. Got it? See, I'm carving in two directions. One is like this. Okay, after that, just smoothing it like this. Okay, and once you do that smoothing, get a smooth surface here. Okay, and if I show you with this green background, this side, yeah, this concavity, can you make out? Yeah,
Yeah.
there the concavity, okay, this convexity, sorry, it comes slightly concave. I'll make it convex later. This concavity I will say, okay, and in the palatal, this is the labial side. You can see this outline here, I've removed, and on the palatal side the same thing is reflecting. That means you have to extend from the labial side to the palatal side, okay, and this is convex, okay, extend this convexity, okay, so you can see this slight, I think it's this smooth surface here. Okay, the same thing if I keep it here. Okay, you can see the convexity, right? On the labial side, and the same thing on the palatal side, you can see the convexity, right? So it's reflecting on the palatal side. So now next is this part. It's concave, okay, more concave here, and I extend this till to the distal. Okay, so I'm done with the labial and almost the lingual side. See here, you can see here, this is on the labial side, you can see this concavity. Okay, on the palatal side, right? So roughly you got an idea of outline of the palatal. This is what, right? So this should be slightly convex. I'll make it later. Okay, so you got this, then you got a concavity. Okay, and your tip is slightly mesially. Okay, mesial side, and this convexity, and here you can appreciate the concavity. So all these things. Now next thing is you mark, extend the line, thin line here. Okay, midline. So now if I take a distal side, what will come on the distal side? This is your block. If it is distal side, what is the outline? This side?
Yes, this side. Yes.
Labial, and this side is palatal. So now what I do is, this is your midline. What is the labiolingual or labiopalatal diameter of the crown? It's 8 mm. There's 4 and 4. There's labial diameter of the cervix is 7 mm. Okay. So what you do is you have not yet removed. Okay, usually the bulk of the tooth, if you see here, bulk of the tooth on the distal side is mainly in the cervical. Okay, that means the bulk, the labiolingual diameter of the crown at the cervical third it should be. Okay, so first what I do is I take 4 mm here, 4 mm. So you reduce this. Okay. Here I'm going to take 4 mm from this midline, and here 4 mm. Here I am supposed to take. Okay. Here what I am doing is I can remove the tooth structure, labial side. You can leave little bit more. Okay, you can keep it 5. Why I am telling is you have to do something called as the ridge formation. For that you need a bulk of the tooth structure. Okay, so what you do is you can remove here. I take 1 mm extra here, can remove that. Okay. Okay. So we have removed the excess on the labial side, and you have to remove the excess on the lingual side. This is the excess part here that I have to remove. Okay, see here, you have removed here the excess on the labial side,
And the palatal.
I removed the excess and removed the excess on the palatal side. Now I have to do the outline. So how I do is I take 3 mm here. How much? 7 mm, 3.5 mm and 3.5 mm here at the cervix. Okay, wait, I'll show you. Or on the distal, no problem. Okay, if you take 3.5 mm here, 3.5 mm here, right?
Right.
Got it. So what you see is, if you see the tooth on the distal side, it has a bulk here. Okay, the crest of curvature in the cervical third. If I divide this into 3 arms, right? Where it is? Is it incisal, middle, and cervical third? The bulk of the tooth is in cervical third on both labial and lingual side. So what I do is, from here I have to take the bulk here. On the labial side it is more cervical. It is more cervical. So I take the crest till the crest of curvature, and after the crest of curvature you get a convexity. This is a convexity. Okay, and then the tip. So this is what the outline. You are convexity here. From the crest of contour, you go till the crest of contour, from the cervical line to the crest of contour. From the crest of contour to the cuspal tip, you come in the convexity form like this. Got it?
Yeah.
Like this. Whereas on the lingual side, you see the bulk here. Come to the crest of curvature, the bulk of convexity. This is bulk. Okay. Then after the convexity, you come straight and then convexity. Got it? So you have to do this bulk. The cingulum is more bulkier in this part, this tooth. Okay. So what I do is, shall I carve on this? Yes. Or else shall I carve on this white? Which one do you prefer? Green or white?
Maybe green better.
Green is better? Okay. So now, this is labial side. I'm marking the labial outline. Okay. So you get a crest of contour here. Okay. It's more cervically. Whereas on the lingual side or the palatal side, crest of contour you give more which side? More slightly away from the cervical. Here, see here, this is one, this is one. Okay, so now what I do, it's just like a
This the side.
just a yes.
This the side.
whatever, distal or mesial,
To
it
draw
is same.
the same.
Same. Okay? It's like joining the, if you see this, the cusp tip is more labial. See, this is the midline. Okay? This is the midline here, but I'm taking it slightly labial. Right? So what I have to do is, after the crest of contour, I'm taking it more convex like this and attaching. Got it? Whereas here on the palatal side, from this measurement, crest of contour, you take a bulk here. Okay? Then it's almost straight, and it is. So you got the outline, right? So this is what the outline you are supposed to do. In the sense, you have to remove this much, the green part. Okay. So what I do, I carve the labial side. I take a little bit of wax because I'll tell you what to do. Okay. So and take this inside. So if you see here, I've done with the labial side, right? Okay, on the distal side, if you do on the distal side, the same thing should reflect on the mesial side. That means you have to take from mesial to distal head. So on the lingual side here, so I give a bulk here. Okay, then this convexity and this straight one you have to go, and so that one can remove. I'm taking it distal. Like this. You can use this for the concavity. Okay, so you can remove this part, extend it from so now here, see here, you got this convexity, right? The bulk of the cingulum, the straightness and concavity. The same thing, this is on the mesial side. If I turn the distal side, you get the same outline, right?
The mesial and distal, the same.
The same thing you will be getting on the distal side. So now, if you see this incisal edge, okay, from the incisal view, this is the incisal view, okay, this is the incisal view. If you see this, it is not straighter here, it slopes like this, right, the edge, whereas here it is straight, right, here it's straight here, you can see, yes, here it is very straight. So what I have to do is, I make a mark here, line like this, okay, so that will be your buccal ridge. So I have to give a buccal ridge. I have to make it buccal ridge because this tooth will be formed by 4 lobes. One here, one mesial, distal, labial and lingual. 4 lobes of development. Okay, those are the bulkiest part. So what I do is, this is the labial side, right? What I do is, I draw a line, okay, here, which is more convex towards the distal side, right, like this. Okay, so this is your ridge. So the ridge should come like this, slightly towards, okay, mesial side, sorry. It should come on towards the mesial side. Now what I do is, I have to make it like a tent. Okay, as I showed, I have to remove this part like this and this. The part will be here. I should remove like this, sloping. What I do is, see here, this is the labial side and this is your palatal side. Sorry, labial side and this is the incisal view. So what I do is, I have to remove on the either side of this ridge. Okay, here if you see your ridge, here is more circular, the slope. This is your ridge, okay, this is your ridge and this thing is most circular here, okay, and this continues, this forms the semicircular, okay. So this is, it should be a convex and this should be slightly concave here. So what I do is, I have to remove the wax like this. First you remove it. I'm not touching the line, okay. I might little bit. See, if you see here, I think, yeah, you can see here how I made, okay. It was not flat, it is like I have removed here and here also rounded, convex. Got it?
Yeah.
Got this? Here it is flattened because I removed like this, and at the same time I removed on the what side? This is mesial slope. Okay, this is your mesial slope, made it rounded, and the distal slope. Okay, I'll write it better. This is your mesial slope. Sorry, this is distal slope, DS. Okay, this is your mesial slope. You make it like slope. Okay, mesial slope here and the distal slope. Just like you see a hut. You see hut, right? You know the hut? It will be like this. So if you give a slope on either side, you get a crest or topmost point. Okay, that is your labial ridge. So like that. So have a look at it first. You take photo later.
Okay.
Give it to them. I would have done it in 10 minutes to make you understand it. Yes? Which type? This one. Yeah.
Because